Statistically least likely to win the men's Royal Rumble include both Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan, in case they are actually entered when their title match does not go down. If they lose their belt, of course. But I don't really see that happening. And then, of course, unfortunately, but also understandably, Mustafa Ali. But I think Mustafa Ali is going to be the coast-to-coast guy. He's going to come out early and be in there for a really long time.
He's going to be the time guy? Yeah.
He very well could be.
What do you think about match order? Because last year we got the women's last, but that was because of Ronda. That's not happening again this year.
No, I bet the women open and the men close.
You think we're going to end with the men's rumble? I'm thinking we're going to end. So. We're going to end with the title match.
I don't know. They haven't been doing that at Rumbles as of late.
They've got 2 Rumbles. It would be really stupid if they didn't end with one of
them. They gonna.
Final. Yeah. Mark Jabroni says Final 4 possibly for Ali. I don't know if I would go that far, but he'll be in there for a good while. He'll be one of those guys who comes out in like the first 4 or 5 spots, and then it'll be like entry number 20-something will be coming to the ring when he gets eliminated. He'll be there for a while. So that's a couple of Rumble talk. If you guys were into the Andrade Cien Almas character having a last name and a nickname, too bad.
They went the wrong way with this.
They should have called him all. Actually, they shouldn't have done it at all. But if you're going to pick one name, you just call him Cien. No, you call him Almas.
Call him Almas.
I actually thought they were going to drop the Andrade part and keep him as Cien Almas.
But just calling him by his given first name in the as a character is kind of ridiculous.
El Stupido?
Yeah.
Very, very stupid.
It's just one of those things like, it's not a name that rolls off your tongue. It's, I don't know. I think it would have been better to keep him by his last name like they do pretty much everybody else.
Or just not do it at all. Andrade
or not do it at all.
But
there was no reason to do it.
Whatever.
Sure works. And it's official because it's been reflected in Supercard.
All them call-ups coming up, maybe all over the place. You've got EC3 making appearances backstage. Nikki Cross wrestled on Raw, and then she scared the crap out of Rey Mysterio on SmackDown.
Yep. Yeah,
that one was...
Basically, everybody except for Lars was shown on both shows this week. And, and everybody had dark matches on either SmackDown or Raw the week before, except for Lars.
So Lars has been having them about getting his big call-up. So he's actually going to do a feud with John Cena.
Yep. But so when he wasn't in the building, they had to call an audible, and that's why we got Drew McIntyre instead.
Which actually I thought made more sense because Drew's one of the top guys right now.
Agreed.
So I wouldn't have. Yeah, that was a good audible to call because I wouldn't have even suspected something was up.
I'm surprised that they didn't call a double audible and fire him.
Well, if you are looking for people to get out of the company, several wrestlers have requested their release from WWE. These include, at least what we know of, Dolph Ziggler, Goldust, The Revival, and Mike and Maria.
Yep.
Word is Ziggler's is not about going to AEW.
His is just another... Well, he's been, on and off with his spot for too long now.
Because he's been doing the stand-up, and I think he wants to do some acting, and I think he wants to be done, and
I wouldn't doubt that.
I wish him the best, and he'll be great at whatever he does. I'm not really surprised about Goldust. That is a direct AEW move.
Yeah, he wants to work in some capacity with his brother.
He wants to help out the company and get them off the ground.
My guess is that if he does move, he probably isn't going to be a wrestler. He's probably
I don't think he wants to. Yeah, I don't think he wants to wrestle. I think he wants to just be there and help the company.
Yeah, I think he'll be a producer. Or, he'll do something big with the company.
Not at all surprised about Mike and Maria, considering they haven't done jack with them.
Well, I mean, given Mike's demons, I'm not
considering that they were in the company for like a cup of coffee before they were pregnant and in rehab.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not terribly surprised, but we don't think they'll go to AEW. I think they'll go back to Ring of Honor.
More than likely, they'll get some good offers.
Because Mike was a big shot in Ring of Honor.
The Revival, though, that's a big loss for the company and a huge missed opportunity.
Here's the thing. With WWE, I don't think they're going to see that as a big loss because
they haven't done anything with them.
It kept them in the doghouse since calling them up. They were one of the best tag teams when they were in NXT.
Yes, but the reason they're in the doghouse is incredibly stupid.
I don't disagree with that. I 100% support the fact that was the dumbest reason to put them in the doghouse. But since Vince himself, because I don't think Triple H would have treated him the same, since Vince has treated them as they did, I'm not surprised that they're gonna leave, and they're definitely going to AEW because they want to work with the Bucks.
I think it's going to be a great acquisition.
But word is, all these people that have been asking for the release, they say, "Fuck you! You're frozen. You have a deal, but you don't work. You can't do shit. You got 2 more years, and those years aren't counting because you're frozen. Because you a dumb bitch." But they're also doing this. If AEW offers you a deal, we'll pay you double.
Yep, for anybody who's got an existing contract.
You have to present the deal as confirmed. You can't just call them up and be like, "Hey, they offered me $1 million." If that was the case, I would be calling them right now. Like, "Hey, what's up? I'm an independent ring announcer."
This is more paranoid than they were with WCW. And WCW was beating them for 2 straight years.
Yep.
This company has done 0 shows.
Yep. And again, as I say every week, they're obviously doing something right to get this company's attention. Because if they weren't, they would be completely ignored, just like Impact was when it started.
Well, I think part of it is the fact that they're so active on social media and reaching out to people, even people that are, they're trying to drop hints to people that are under contract. I think WWE's like, yeah.
They're playing ball. That's what's it. They're playing the game, and WWE is just like, wait a minute, I thought we only played the game. So, here we go. Gotta keep your eye on that. Kind of crappy news because the ACL tear happened a while ago, but Kai just got her surgery.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now is when the recovery period starts. So
she's gonna be out for a while.
Yep, that's a shame.
But she'll be okay. I mean, there's a lot of people have been reaching out to her, and a lot of them are saying, I got 10 times hotter after I fucked up my knee. So.
Oh, no doubt. When she makes her reappearance, the crowd's gonna pop hard.
Super kick.
Because I don't think I've met anybody who's not behind the Dakota Kai character.
Does anybody not like Dakota? Anybody in the chat wanna chime in? Like, anybody dislike Dakota Kai? I haven't met any of those people yet.
You are welcome to be wrong.
she's really freaking talented, and she's really freaking cute.
That is a fact.
And she likes the video games.
She the girl next door.
Which is always fun.
And she Kiwi. She Kiwi.
She Kiwi.
She Kiwi. And marriage takes place between Killian Dane and Nikki Cross, who I didn't even know were a thing.
I didn't.
I had a shot at that. That hairy guy.
What's actually pretty cool about that is apparently they've been together for 10 years.
Wow.
And they did the 10-year challenge. And it was their first picture together when neither of them look anything like they do now at all.
At least you could be like, yeah, that I guess that's Nikki Cross, but you're like, that's
who the hell is that guy?
That's some ginger fuck.
Well, the funny thing is Colleen and I could have done.
You should have.
Well, my first Facebook picture was us together, but my most recent one was not.
Remember, first time I met you, you had the short hair, and then the next time we really hung out, you had long hair.
Yeah, now it's even longer.
And Dan had the big beard when I hung out with him the first time.
Yes, but
still got it.
Still got that beard.
And that's also the funny thing, because I used to keep my facial hair somewhat trimmed back then, and now I have well beyond a handful.
Other cool news this week, you guys know Thunder Rosa, also known as Kobra Moon. She took and successfully passed her U.S. citizenship test. Welcome to America, Thunder Rosa.
She's all naturalized now.
Just in time for Lucha to not come back.
Yeah, I was thinking like, I mean, it's obviously a process. You start a long process, because I have an uncle who did it like 10, 12 years ago. Finally, after being here for like 30 years, yeah. And but I'm just like, maybe she's trying to get the job, You know how some gals get boobs and some guys get huge? She got naturalized.
She's natty. And in Ring of Honor news, they've officially signed Dragon Lee to a contract.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
So this, of course, came after their signing of Rock. So they're getting that international flavor in there. Also, apparently, the WWE had interest in them, the Munoz brothers, but Andrade and Almas was like, "You guys should just,"
yeah,
because he ain't happy there. So
apparently, WWE was very close to signing them, and Almas was like, "Please don't."
Hey, from what I understand, they're still going after the other bros, the Lucha Bros. But
I think everyone is trying to get them to be a main.
Yeah.
I hope AEW gets them.
Well, that about wraps up the news portion of this week's show. Does anybody know the answer to the trivia question? Did anybody figure out who entered number 27 at the Royal Rumble the most times? Bueller? Anybody?
The Boer War.
I don't have a guess. So, Glenn, why don't you say who your guess is?
My guess was going to be Steve Austin / the Ringmaster, but I have no idea.
That is a good request.
Steve Austin did enter 27 once.
Ah!
The correct answer to who has entered at number 27 the most would be Glenn Jacobs as Isaac Yankum DDS, and then later as Kane, like nearly 20 years later.
Damn, that actually would have been my guess, too.
I was thinking about people who did like multiple characters. My second guess was actually going to be Goldust, Dustin Rhodes.
Goldust did the 29th spot a couple of times. I don't remember him ever.
He also did like
27.
number 2 a couple times as well.
I know he's been in like 18 bajillion Rumbles, so I was just like, I'm thinking about anybody who could have been in multiple Rumbles, played multiple characters.
Yeah.
I figured Austin might have been a safe bet.